what percentage of women would qualify then as regards having these qualities, which I gather is like a self-awareness, really, if I summarise what you've just said? And can they be developed? And if so, what are your ideas about how this could happen?
Well, I guess I left out also the importance of courage or fearlessness or whatever word you want to use, willingness to kind of step out into the unknown and say,
no guarantees.
It's a big problem. I'm not sure I can solve it, but I'll try. So I think that's another big piece of it.
Okay.
So I don't know. I don't really. I can't say that I would say that I've seen some of the experience I've had with women entrepreneurs or women in small businesses is that they were some of the keys to the success of the company.
Okay.
Or when a certain person arrived, happened to be a woman, was really good at selling a particular kind of solution.
That help?
I think it could absolutely be developed.
Incubators.
I think absolutely.
Okay.
I think finding good mentors, being willing to go out and find mentors, is really can be very powerful.
Yes.
People that will be honest and tell you, "Hey, I've been down this road.
Yes.
I can tell by talking to you for 10 minutes that you're probably pretty good at this.
Yes.
You're probably pretty weak at this.
Yes.
And how you gonna? And I'll help you close the gap. But can you have that conversation?
Yeah.
Can you talk to a mentor who's been down the road?
Yeah. Yeah.
Had wins and losses, and have them tell you, well, here's where you're soft. What are you going to do about it?
Fantastic.
So I think ASCIA can really help with that kind of work.
I've been told that it's easier for technical women founders to achieve funding.
You've been told that?
Venture funding than non-technical. And I wondered if you agree with that, and if so, what are your reasons, or if you disagree with it?
Well, I don't know if it's true. It would surprise me.
Okay.
I would think that successful sales executives, regardless of their background, would be the most likely able to be successful raising investment because they know how to take products to market and get paid.
Interesting perception. Okay.
The cynical part of me would say, well, the reason venture folks like technical founders is because they can get a fully baked product and an unsophisticated leader and slowly but quickly take over the company and put their own sales leader in.
Interesting.
It gets back to the self-awareness issue and understanding what they're trying to do.
Yes, yes.
So if I were to be cynical, I might say that might be a reason, if that's true, what's happening. They're looking for, it might be an investor that's very product-oriented in the early stages, so being a little bit more maybe fair about it. The investor may be very product-oriented. They figure they can build a sales and marketing team if there's a viable product there.
And it has come from seed stage.
Yes.
Venture capitalists that I've heard this.
And they don't want to go to market with a product that's not really fully, architecturally.
So I wondered if what you've noted with venture capitalists working as an entrepreneur with them, how you've been managed or not.
Yeah. I guess I would say that a lot of it has to do with the stage of the business. I've seen two real ways of engaging entrepreneurs and investors. One is, yes, you put your pitch together, you say I'm ready to pitch, and you work your network, try to set up a meeting, and as quickly and as cogently as you can make your case, and see if that case clicks, whatever, and it's got to happen pretty fast.
Yeah.
I'd say you've got 2 minutes.
Okay.
I think you have 20 seconds to engage interest and 2 minutes to secure the interest, and the rest after that is substantiation. You don't have an hour.
Okay.
The other is what I've seen is the executive in residence. Now, I don't know if this is the same thing, but a lot of venture folks will bring on a successful entrepreneur type person, and maybe go after a particular problem. Say, hey, we want to do something in the mobile healthcare space, whatever.
Okay.
And here's a guy who's got some healthcare tech background, and maybe he'll help us look at some companies and evaluate some opportunities, and we'll either build something, fund something, or plant him somewhere.
Yes.
And that's much more of a sort of joint project where they know the entrepreneur. Maybe they've done a project with them before, sort of repeat business, right?
Yes.
I see a fair amount of repeat business.
Yes.
Once an entrepreneur has, delivered the goods for the investor wants to ride that horse again, if you will.
Okay.
And that often leads to this sort of executive in residence approach.
Yes.
But in terms of the style, so taking those two structural things aside, I'm sure every single investor has their own style.
Okay.
And some may say, hey, let's keep talking about this. Let's see if we can't kind of work on this together a little bit. I haven't experienced that yet.
Right.
I've done a lot of pitches.
Yes.
It's more, can you resonate with the person you're talking to?
After the pitch, once the deal's been signed and you're working with that VC, how have you found that you've been managed by the VC?
Well, the bigger question for me is, are you looking to create a competitive situation with your project?
Right.
So is the goal to say, I want to get 3 VCs bidding on my project?
Oh, okay.
And then I can essentially,
salient point.
I'm trying to get better terms and conditions and valuation.
Okay.
Or maybe just I'm trying to really find out what the right fit is.
Yeah.
And that's purely determined upon the strength of your case and how well it fits with the current funding market conditions. If it's a hot market, if the table's hot, I'd like to say that a lot of investors are like craps players. Most venture players are craps players. They walk into the casino and they go to the hot table.
Okay.
That's maybe uncharitable, but I think of them as craps players, not chess players.
Okay.
They want to find the hot table and put the bets down.
So
if the conditions are right,
mentality.
if you're the I just think they want to play someplace where their odds of low risk, high return are better.
Yes. Okay.
And they want to place multiple chips down.
Okay.
But so if you're the entrepreneur who's got a pretty hot idea, then you're probably going to want to shop it.
Okay.
Unless you have some special relationship, where I've worked with so and so before.
Yeah.
They're going to give me favorable terms.
Yeah.
I don't need the noise.
Yeah.
And I've seen that as
Yeah.
well. And so I think if it's true that cash for a business is fuel, you may be needle may be getting toward empty, and they're standing in front of the gas station,
Yes.
with their arms crossed.
Yeah.
So
they have more power in that situation.
Well, sure, yeah.
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 Okay.
Yeah, they're the gatekeepers of the cash,
Yes.
and they know it.
Yes. Yeah.
And your job as an entrepreneur is to say, no, you're not selling. I'm not selling you. You're selling me. The job of the entrepreneur is to say, I'm the one that has the
That's
value.
an interesting perception.
Why is your money better than their money?
Yes.
That's their job.
Okay.
Easier said than done.
Okay.
But
okay.
you need to say, look, my
This-
stock is worth a lot more than your cash, especially today. What's cash worth today?
Yes. Yeah.
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 What's the interest rate? Below 1% now.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, the job of the entrepreneur is to shift the tables.
So similar to how I'd advise my coaching clients with going for a job is to actually interview the employer to find out whether that's a good fit for them.
Yeah, and be aware though of how strong your position really is. And again, the language of business is revenue and profit. If you can speak that language and you can show it,
Yes.
then you don't have
You're
to.
a winner.
Yeah, you don't have to. It's to some degree kind of. It makes its own case.
Brilliant.
But the farther back you are from that, the closer you get to concept,
Yes.
the more you really do have to rely on salesmanship and charm and
Yes.
personal appeal or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much, Demian. That's been really helpful, and I've had quite a few insights out of talking to you. Thank you again for your time.